What up, y'all? Bankroll Tim, bet it up. Never showed you the final video of the orange car. Here's the final. Like I said, it's going to Player's Choice, auto customizing, up in Milwaukee. I can't even talk. Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Player's Choice. They paint it, repainting it, because whoever painted it, yeah, we won't talk about that. So they went to drop it off there the other day, and then it wouldn't start. Come to find out, somebody put a high torque mini starter on it. The mini starter wires, somebody replaced with house wires, and the clip mounted on the header. The wires came off. They couldn't get power. Didn't have anybody up there, I guess they could talk to get the car to start back up. So they brought the car back to me on Saturday night, or maybe it was yesterday. No, Saturday night. So anyways, we put a brand new high torque mini starter on it, and now she fires right up. I fixed the wires. Yeah, so 28. You can see that's one of the problems I was talking about in the other video, is that they don't have bolts. The bolt that goes in between there on the door, there's no bolt in there. So when the car was in the air on the lift, it was flexing. I mean, that's one of many bolts that's not on the fender. But, and then of course the paint flexing there or whatever. But anyways, not my business. It's getting fixed. It's going to a PC, Player's Choice. They're gonna put, I think the same candy back on it. Car was cut. When it came to me, I made braces. If you look through the front of the tire right there, you see that bar going across. I made that brace, it's welded to the frame, but on the outside of the fender, it's slotted, so that way you can move the fender in or out, which I got both fenders set the same. Back of the car, again, was previously cut. A lot of times people don't watch the whole video, and people out there on the streets just want to hate and say that I don't do things right. Bring me a car that's not cut. Now, with that being said, Sebastian's gray two-door box on the 28's with the fat lips. The front rim on that car sat out real far. So I trimmed the front corners of the fenders on that car a very little bit. In the videos and pictures, you can't tell. But I put the pieces that I trimmed off inside the car because the car was yet to get painted. Now, the paint man should know, I mean, a good paint man would know to put the piece back on the fender, slide it forward a little bit, tack it in, do the body work, because that's what they do, is body work and paint, and make the fender trim look like it was never touched. This car is cut a good deal, which was previously like that. The gray box Chevy of Sebastian's, I cut, I mean, the littlest bit off the corner. His does not have marker lights. Yes, it's a LANDAU. But this trim, if you do a little cut and put the piece back on, this trim right here will flex to follow it. Obviously, you see people's cars out there that are cut. Excuse me. And it doesn't look like they're cut, but you see the chrome doesn't flow right. So, there you go. Everybody, pay attention. If the front wheel's skinnier and the front wheel sits under the car, pinch more, you're gonna definitely clear. This car, I degreed the spindles back to 15 inches with a 28, so that's me measuring from my alignment plate up to the tie rod part of the spindle. Where Sebastian's car, I actually went back to 15.5, so I actually moved that wheel back a lot more, but that wheel is really wide on the front of his car. So there you go. The wider the wheel, the more the wheel sticks out. The bigger the tire, the different the brand of tire, the wider the tire sits on the rim. So all comes into play. You can see the bumper on the back of this is pushed in a little bit on the driver's side. Again, not my thing. I did try to pull it out, push the other side in, whatever. Not my thing, so I did not get it all the way. But anyways, what I do is custom suspension, frame fabrication, and bolt-on brakes. And custom bolt-on brakes because you can see where that caliper's at. So when we narrow the rear end and we clock the end, so that way the caliper would be down there and not up in a normal spot, because if it was in a normal spot, it would hit the frame. It would be probably right with the frame right now. So when narrowing the rear end, we clock the ends. So a lot of you guys ask me questions about aftermarket rear ends. If you want me to do the car and you want to do a 9-inch rear end, order the rear end unwelded. If you want to ask me for a width, we can figure out a width, so that way you can order it with the axles and the axles already made, or you can just order the housing empty, no axles, and order the housing unwelded. Meaning that the ends are not welded on there, the lower control arm mounts are not welded on there. The upper control arm mounts, yes, we want those to be on there, obviously. They'll know that. But then, for whatever brakes that you have, when we're building the ass into the car, we can clock the housing end to allow the caliper to be farther down in the back, so it clears the frame. So that way you don't have to get into C-notching a frame for a caliper. And I've done it in the past. So, pretty windy out. I'm still only doing this on this iPhone 10. I was looking up microphones that plug into the, the charger port. Cheapest one I think we found was like 80 bucks or something like that. I'm gonna try that, but me working with metal shavings, grinding, cutting, all that, and my phone being in my pocket, the speaker and the mic of the phone get metal shavings in there, and you know what metal shavings do? They clog up the speaker, jack it up, whatever. So I should just get a new phone and a better case. Then the case will protect the speaker and mic area. So, but I think this thing feels pretty good. But back to the car. I'm gonna call him now. He can come back and get it. The new starter is on there. Fires right up. It's got a little small block in it. Runs pretty good. Looks like it's got like a 2000 converter in it. Turbo 400 trans. Why it's got a Turbo 400 trans behind a small block, I don't know. I mean, you'd have to have a healthy ass small block to be breaking a Turbo 400. But anyways, if you got a small block, normally you can just run Turbo 350. 700s to me are complete garbage unless they're fully built right, and to fully build them, a lot of money. But anyways, so there it is. Bedded Up Customs, bankroll 10, 80, whatever year, you know how you guys change the headers and the tail lights. So I don't know, 87, we'll say 87 because of the front end. 87 LANDAU. If you don't understand what I mean by that, I guess it doesn't even matter. Bankroll 10, Bedded Up Customs. I did change the bumper when he picked up the car before. I don't know if you guys remember, the other bumper had the white line molding on it, which was 3/4 missing or whatever. This one did have, or no, yeah. So this molding was meant for not to have this, which we left. He's got the bumper guards that go here, but they just don't fit this. You'd have to trim this up to put that on here, but I don't like those. I like these, but whatever he wants to do. Bumper's on a little bit to the passenger side, but PC gonna take care of that. They're gonna have it right. They're gonna have it wet. Maybe here in a little bit, I'll probably get a video of the car driving. But like I said, it's windy outside and that wind noise in my phone. So, and I'm not getting into all that editing, muting stuff, putting aftermarket sound in there. I don't know. I don't get into all that. But yeah, as you can see, the golf cart got put together. But they didn't go nowhere this weekend. Anyways. All right, y'all. Bankroll 10. Candy orange LANDAU done. His exterior stayed pretty damn clean for as light colored as it is. My boy Kevin Rubio. Yes, picked up your steering wheel from you. what, 2-3 weeks ago. I have not put it on yet, but I will put it on soon. And I did order some parts for this. So, all right, y'all. Bankroll 10, Bedded Up Customs. Got that tuck on it. There's no sounds in it right now. There's 2 amps back there, but there's no sound. So he says he's going 415s. So 415s, obviously the box is going to be pretty heavy. I think he said he's going with 2 batteries. There is 1 battery back there now. So you guys can do the math on that. The weight will probably bring it down an inch, inch and a half, and it will clear at that height. So yeah, it will squat pretty damn hard. I'm about to put some gear lube in the white one, white 4-door, and pull it out. Trans leaks a little bit, so I had to get some trans fluid, but I'll pull that thing out too and explain that one. But there y'all go. Thank you, appreciate it. And we'll see you on the next one.